Magnitude is a young, dynamic, creative agency born in Abu Dhabi, very proud of its Abu Dhabi roots.
But also disruption keeps happening. Now Amazon was like dominating the market. Here in the UAE, you saw other local players coming up.
How can we help young content creators be successful in Abu Dhabi?
It's true that you need someone to open the door for you in Abu Dhabi to actually get into these companies.
And then I think now people are looking at a bit more building the career as opposed to jumping for financial opportunities.
Is it because they don't want to be employed? Especially in the creative industry, like they have chances everywhere.
So yeah, it's just a question of being very close to your people and understanding what they're looking for.
Philippe, good morning.
Good morning, Kamel.
So Philippe, you're from Magnitude Creative.
Yes.
You're here up on the L4 level.
That's
in
right.
Yes Creative Hub. Welcome to the town hall.
Yeah, I love it.
I think you guys are used to
I
this.
know,
with the
we've done our content masters classes here.
Tell us more about who you are.
So I'm sure everyone who's listening has already found out I'm French originally. I can't hide the accent too much. Right? Even if I try, it doesn't work. So, but I fell in love in advertising. I think I was 18 years old, and so it's been a few decades now, and I've been practicing advertising and learning, and constantly learning. That's something that is inside me. This passion about this job, the opportunity to, with ideas and creativity, to connect with millions of people. And I've been doing that across the world, starting in Paris, obviously. And then when I was young, moved to San Francisco during the big .com boom and the rise of Google and Amazon and Craigslist. So I was there during that time. And I think I was working the first agency that did a banner ad. I've seen the first banner. And I really sort of like started to understand the whole digital advertising very early on. That was like in the 1999 to 2006. That's when I was in San Francisco. I saw the up, I saw the down, I saw the bubble burst, and this sort of like craziness about San Francisco and those startups and people just like throwing money at them. But then there was like no business model behind that, and eventually the whole thing collapsed at one stage.
It keeps collapsing. Okay, it happens in episodes, you know.
It does. It does. It does.
These overdone valuations of startups. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I think those who put money behind, I don't know, like the Amazon and Craigslist and Google, this at that time have done very well now. But true, most of them didn't survive.
I'm sure many of those who are listening will not know what Craigslist is.
True. Yeah. So Craigslist is sort of like, was the first sort of like peer-to-peer platform where you could sell anything.
It's classified ads, basically.
Yes, exactly. Classified ads, right? And
but it died eventually.
It was very San Francisco centric, and then obviously it grew. But when Amazon started, I remember people were manifesting on the street because like famous libraries were in danger because of Amazon. At that time, Amazon was only selling books, and CDs, because obviously we were watching movies and listening to music on CDs and DVDs. Nobody would have thought that it would become this gigantic, pretty much created a new market in itself, But what was really interesting is, at that time, with the boost of the internet, people saw in the internet actually breaking away from these massive retail like Walmart companies that had the trust and that were putting a lot of pressure on all those different suppliers, you know, dictating the price. And everybody saw the internet as the opportunity to break away from that, and there will be, you know, hundreds of opportunities and choices and companies that you could go to and so on. But if you
that's
look
the
at
concept
it,
of disruption by the end of the day. That's what disruption is all
it's true.
about. Yeah.
And it lasted at a time, you know, we had 5 or 6, you know, a search engine, but now we only have one.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we had, you know, 5 or 6 different Amazon. Now we only have one, right? So it feels that wherever it is, we always go back to this kind of like power and monopoly and trying to concentrate businesses into one place. And the bigger and the faster one sort of like eats up the competition.
But also disruption keeps happening. Now Amazon was like dominating the market. Here in the UAE, you saw other local players coming up. Then China jumped in with 2 big players, basically, with Shein and Timo joining the market. So disruption also keeps happening.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So it goes in cycle because see what happened with Walmart 25 years ago, and people wanted to, this domination, somehow consumers don't like that. They want to have choices, right? So I think Amazon became what Walmart was 20 years ago on its own, you know, a digital platform. And now people are looking for other options. They are ready to take the risk and go to new players. And and I think a new circle, maybe we are in that circle of new disruption today, you know. I think we've got to such a level of maturity with all those digital companies that become big monsters now. People are looking for like everything, something a bit more nimble, a bit, you know, a bit more faster, more agile, you know, where you feel you're less part of a, you know, maybe money-making business, and you give opportunities to other businesses at the same time.
By the way, very interesting. Recently, I opened analytics, Google Analytics, to see where the traffic of the twofour54 website is coming from. Like, obviously, Google is dominating the search.
Right.
However, now I'm seeing ChatGPT as a source of.
Yeah, that's good.
So even like search engines, and I heard recently that the share of Google in the search market has dropped because of the ChatGPT and ChatGPT lookalikes, basically.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT in no time got another competitor coming from China as well. So
of course,
it keeps happening.
Yeah,
well, let's
true.
go back to the.
So
agency
anyway,
world, we got into disruption now. Yeah.
Passionate discussion. And then I left San Francisco, went back to Paris, homeland, and I joined an agency called Marcel. I was one of, I don't know, first 10 employees at Marcel. It was founded by 2 brilliant guy called Fred and Farid. Marcel was sort of like the creative agency part of Publicis. Now Marcel is a very big agency, one of the most brilliant agency across Europe, one of the most creatively renowned. I'm very proud to know that I was part of that at the genesis of it. But that gave me the first taste of what it is to work in a startup. You know, working 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. But you don't mind because you have the drive of a big ambition. And that's certainly something that I'm still applying today to every job I've had after that, is if you can share exciting ambition, a great vision, and you can manage to bring everybody behind you, you do amazing work, right? And nobody will be complaining about hours they work or whatever it is, right? I think people do that when they're not happy in their job, which is something that happens, unfortunately. Too many people are not happy in their jobs. But so that was my window of a startup, and then I moved back to London at DDB London, where I was running global businesses, travel around the world for 4 years, and get to know really the world of advertising across so many different cultures. I was running Lipton globally, and there's not one market in the world that doesn't have the little Lipton yellow sachet, right? So it was an amazing experience to really take advertising at a global level. And then I joined the Middle East. Really, I had never had the opportunity to work in a fast-growing market, and Middle East and Dubai was definitely the place to come. I joined BBDO to run the PepsiCo business for Middle East and Africa, and PepsiCo at that time was the largest advertiser, believe it or not. That was before the Etisalat and so on, appeared.
Well, we all remember the Concorde airplane that was branded like
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
all these celebrities, like
100%. All the celebrities, and I remember all the Ramadan campaign. People were, this expectation of what's going to be the next Pepsi campaign in Ramadan. No, it was just an amazing brand, amazing time. Also, for me, who was new to the region. Had the opportunity to travel across all the different markets in the region. And, when you work for a brand so popular like Pepsi, that's in everyone's home, whatever money you make, whatever is your social status, whatever the part of the region wherever you live, you really get to understand the granular fabric of the culture, So I really understood, learned the culture when I was running this business for about 6 years, and then moved to become managing director at Ogilvy, and then after that took over Gray. Really, Gray was an interesting experience because it was a beautiful brand, but that was not doing well in the region. So it was kind of like a refounding, a rebuilding, and did that for 3 years. And then the world of mergers hit me. I think we've, I don't know, like every other month we got a new merger being announced here or there. So obviously that hit me, and also that sort of like put an end for me to working on big global networks. Not only because I had done that for like 25 years, but also because I didn't see in that model what clients were really looking for. I felt they were starting something was broken.
Yeah.
Relationships became very tactical, transactional with clients.
Which really doesn't work in the creative industry per se.
It doesn't. It doesn't, and I really believe in sort of like deep collaboration, inviting clients to the kitchen, co-creating together, and not being sort of like an agency that delivers assets like a vending machine, based on a scope and an approved cost, I want to go and try to understand from my clients what's keeping them up at night, what their personal objectives are, what their company's objectives are, and let us come back to you with a solution and really work as a partner for growth. And I think this really resonated very strongly with the clients. When I left Gray, I said, I've been in the region for 12 years. I've known a lot of clients. I'm just going to go around, have a coffee with them. You know how people always have time for you when you lost your job. I think there's a bit of that empathy, and people want to help you because, I think deep inside we're good people. And so I met with so many clients, from CEO, CMO to brand managers, and I all asked them the same question. What is the agency you wish already existed, right? And I got so much insight, and nothing that dramatically surprised me, but it just comforted me in starting a new agency that is based on a people value, that creates an environment where every day people come to the office and want to be the best version of themselves, where you help them grow, And if you do that, what they're going to give to their clients is going to be amazing.
People
right?
who actually want to come to the office, not
Absolutely.
now waking up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People that want
Forced
to
to
come
go
to the
to
office.
make a living.
Exactly,
Basically.
exactly. And clients feel that energy. And you know, when we go to pitches, we don't pitch a lot. But when we pitch to win. And we go to 100%. And when we go there, we're not just ready. We just want the business more than anybody else. And clients see that energy. And they're like, at the end of the day, they're not going to choose an agency based on a few slides presented on the
Templates more
screen.
so, actually. Yeah.
They want to buy a team. They want to say, that is the team, that is the people I want to work with. Because clients know that one day they will be in a difficult situation and they'll be able to pick up the phone and call Philippe and say, Philippe, I need you to help me now. Can you help me? And they know that by calling me or anyone in my team, we'll always be there to help them. It's that kind of like empathy that we show when we pitch for businesses, and that we do on every day, you know, with our clients. And that's why we mainly grow organically today.
Let's touch upon that experience. You actually jumped from, again, big names to the startup world again in Abu Dhabi.
Absolutely.
Magnitude started like a company to actually run something called Destination Abu Dhabi.
Correct.
Back in the days,
Correct.
which promoted Abu Dhabi as a business destination, and also some sort of tourism there.
Absolutely.
I was lucky enough to be part of that initiative back in the days. How did it feel to actually do that again, but in a market that was totally new to you, like especially in Abu Dhabi? You were in Dubai, and you come. It's, the dynamics are completely different.
That's true.
And you saying that you go to clients and you pitch and you give all your energy and 100% pitch and all that. Still, there is something in big corporates that looks at big names as more interesting to work with, regardless of the quality of work by the end of the day, only because they want to work with big names. How did you actually tackle this?
Listen, it's a good question. I think just to tell everyone a little bit what is Magnitude. So Magnitude is a young, dynamic, creative agency born in Abu Dhabi, very proud of its Abu Dhabi roots, that delivers fully integrated services, right? So from advertising to influencer management to big production capacities to PR, events, even a podcast, as you know. So we have these integrated services, but I think, as you mentioned, Magnitude was born with the idea that we wanted to give back to Abu Dhabi, and our CEO, Mr. Abed, wanted to promote Abu Dhabi as the best place for entrepreneurs and founders to come, because himself is an entrepreneur and a founder. And Destination Abu Dhabi today still exists, obviously. It's been 3 years. It's a beautiful platform. We also created a podcast called 100X that really, you know, also promotes entrepreneurs across Abu Dhabi. And I think we are not facing the difficulty that you mentioned about, you know, big names, you know, versus us coming to meet with those big companies in Abu Dhabi, because I think our approach is very different. You know, we come to them. We don't have anything to sell to them. We come to them just as an introduction. We say that we understand the Abu Dhabi market better than anyone. We spent 3 years investing from our own money a platform called Destination Abu Dhabi that promotes, you know, the ins and outs of the life of an entrepreneur in Abu Dhabi. We've covered over 200 different events happening in Abu Dhabi. We promoted them. We know a lot of people in Abu Dhabi that are here to support us and also to help us. So when we come to those big companies in Abu Dhabi, or small companies or startups, you know, we come with the same empathy, which is what success looks like for you. You know, what are you looking to achieve in 1 year, in 5 years from now? You know, what's keeping you up at night? And then I'm lucky to be surrounded by amazing talent, whether it is, Karim Sharif, our ECD, who's been in the region for 50 years, or Bilal, our business director, or Hakel, our head of strategy. These are people which are very seasoned marketers, and we all come with the same passion, which is, unlocking growth into our clients' businesses. So, and you'd be surprised, we meet with, whether it's government companies, semi-government, or private companies, and with that same approach. At first, they'll be like, why are you here? And then an hour later, we come back with like so many opportunities, and then we come back to them with a plan, a project, and that's how it works, really.
Is it true that you need someone to open the door for you in Abu Dhabi to actually get into these companies?
It always helps.
No, I mean, because this is something I think it's not only in Abu Dhabi. It's like it's in all markets, because big companies like they have that barrier where you cannot really get in easily. You need to get that push from someone to put you through. How much did that help you actually?
Listen,
just to be realistic,
No, but you're right. I mean, it's a business of trust. So, clients and agencies, and definitely clients, they're looking for a partner they can trust. And trust in our business is people, because we don't build planes, right? We don't have machines. We don't have, it's ideas, it's people, right? I always tell my employees, you will always have, people-to-people problem, because 80% of our cost is people, and then it's a few coffee machines and a couple of laptops, right? So the trust is a people trust, and having someone that open doors, it means is somebody that a client would know had great trust in, would be a referral, or somebody that's going to help you, meet with those different clients. So yeah, it does help. Now, it just opens the door, obviously, and then you have to prove everything behind. At the same time, we proactively try to, meet, like, we do a lot of our new business is proactive. So we meet and we say, what are the verticals, the industries we want to go after? What are the companies within those, industries that we want to go after? And then we proactively go and meet with them. Sometimes we just, share a thought with them. Sometimes we just come up with, a creative idea and we pitch it to them. I think we just always come back with something that we felt from analyzing their communication, that we feel something could be done differently, maybe. And then instead of just talking the talk, right, we just walk the talk, and we actually share with them our ideas or strategy and whatever it is.
It's very interesting, actually. I work with different startups in Abu Dhabi to connect them with big corporates as well. I always tell them, I'm not going to do BD on your behalf. Yeah. My job is to actually just send that introductory email, and it's up to you if you're able to sell your product or service or whatever. So this is why I actually asked this question, because a lot of people expect, like, especially startups, they expect that there are people who are helping them to actually get the business done, not only do the introductions. Okay, going back to magnitude. So Destination Abu Dhabi, then you guys tapped into content creators,
right?
Supporting local content creators in Abu Dhabi as well through the content
masters. Content
masters program. Sorry, and doing agency work.
Right.
Tell us more about the content masters, please.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fascinating idea that started. We're doing at the end of this year. We'll be doing season 3. The whole thing was a bit like the same reason or same ambition, same vision that behind Destination Abu Dhabi, which is how can we help young content creators be successful in Abu Dhabi. So we wanted to look at in Abu Dhabi, we believe that Abu Dhabi should be the capital of the capital.
It is obviously.
I know, and content creators, it be that sort of like the capital of content creators, right? Big ambition behind that. We know content creators is a fast-growing business, and it's not going to stop. So our ambition was to look after those young content creators and give them the tools and the training to be very successful in their field. So what we do is it's a 1-month course. It happens a couple of days every week over 4 weeks. And we invite top influencers from the region to come on stage here.
In the town hall, yeah.
That's right, on this town hall. And give them classes about, storytelling, the art of crafting, how to brand yourself, how to communicate about yourself, and so on and so on. The use of social media and really, they come out of that month of training, which is completely free, right? And we've seen the results. So we have, we keep and we follow up with those different content creators that came through our courses, and we see how their social platform, exponentially, increase the number of followers and engagement, and also the quality of the craft of the content that they post is dramatically changed from before and after the content master. So it is something we're very proud of. We had, obviously, it's very Abu Dhabi centric, but now we've opened up to anyone in the region. Some people can attend online. We had over 4,000 people online last year. And then we had about 70 people actually coming physically in this room.
Yeah. Then the agency started after that. So you actually started everything, then the agency, right? You had a lot of money to spend, apparently, guys. Yeah.
Correctly, right?
But no, actually, I wanted to build on the content master's program. It's very important to mention that it's not only that specific training, and you actually handhold the content creators afterwards for a couple of years, and you help them in actually generating business.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a win-win situation. By then they're getting business, you are getting business. So because
we select about 10 influencers from the class. We select them based on their motivation primarily, those that we feel really want to make a business out of it, which are truly passionate, have all the energy to be successful as a content creator, and they sign a contract with us. So they will be represented by Magnitude for a period of 2 or 3 years. And during that time, we will keep on training them, making sure that their profile and their skills, keeps on evolving and getting stronger and stronger. And eventually it is a win-win. Themselves, their brand, their profile as a content creator, they become more experienced and of greater value, and the work they do is just absolutely amazing. At the same time, for us, it's an opportunity to generate revenue based on the clients that they work with. So,
Okay. Speaking of talent, you guys have a lot of talented people sitting upstairs in the office. I know many of them in person, actually, and they look talented. If they walk up and then the hallway, you're gonna. This is a creative person. How do you actually get to hire these people? How complicated it is or easy, and how you retain them, which is more important than actually hiring them?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think this part of the world is definitely one of the hardest parts of the world, where the talent market is complicated. Or maybe it's also a generation thing, right? I used to be in the same company, stay for like 5, 6, 7 years before I felt the need to go somewhere else, right? I think things have changed today. So it is difficult to find talent in general.
Is it because they don't want to be employed? Especially in the creative industry, like they have chances everywhere away from the
it's true. At the same time, you know, there is instability, you know, in the market. I think the COVID has taught us a lesson.
Yeah.
You know, one day everything's just amazing and business is growing and people are getting raises and bonuses and all that, right? And next day everything ends, you know, and then a lot of people lose their job. So I think that instability is part of, I've really forced people to think differently a little bit. I hope in a good way that people want to, you know, sign for a job because they feel they got something to learn and they want to grow personally and they want to grow the agency that are hiring them, not just, you know, jumping for a better financial opportunity, which might have been the case before the COVID because it was easy and it felt that nothing could ever happen. And then I think now people are looking at a bit more building the career as opposed to jumping for financial opportunities. The way we do it, I mean, we have a very thorough process. And even the more junior person to the most senior person, we really spend time before we hire someone. There's nothing worse than hiring someone and feel like, oh God, it's not the right fit.
Yeah.
Right? You made someone, you know, leave wherever company where they were and to join you, and now they're back on the market. So it's not fair, right? So you got to be sure about the people that come and join you. And so we have a thorough process. We also have a lot of meetings with group meetings. So the candidate comes and they will be, I'm not going to reveal everything, but they will be given some challenges, let's say, with kind of like a broad group of people from the agency. It's nothing to prepare for them. It's something that actually help you see the real personality of people.
So cultural fit more than
exactly, a fit, and then you know, at the end of the day, I always look at what's the energy. You know, if you have that positive, hungry energy, people you feel they're curious, you know, that they're genuine. That beats everything. You know, we're all here to learn and grow and get better at what we do. If you are hungry for more all the time and you're curious, you want to learn, you'll get there. You get the knowledge anyway. I think the personality is what really matters the most. And how do we keep them? I mean, we do. We're good at that. We are.
I noticed actually.
We're good at that.
What's the secret sauce?
What's the secret sauce? I say it's really about that people culture. It really is, you know. I remember a long time ago, Omnicom sent me to this Harvard Business School training for leaders, and it was this people, product, profit, you know, the 3 Ps, right? And we tend to go profit, product, people, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you actually do put people first, you know, and me as a leader and manager, all I'm trying to do is making sure that the environment in which people come to the office every day or work from home or from anywhere around the world, because we're very flexible, that they want to give the best version of themselves. And
so it's not big checks, basically.
No, exactly. So yeah, it's just a question of being very close to your people and understanding what they're looking for in life. And yeah, I mean, it feels so obvious when I say that. You know, people might be listening and say, "Duh, I get it," right? But then you'd be surprised how people don't apply it. It actually takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to be constantly, you know, checking on people, just making sure that anytime there's something that gets a bit toxic in the, you know, right away you go after it and you clean it up, you know, that you don't let those negativity grow into the culture of the agency, you know. and being completely transparent about everything. I share the numbers to the entire agency. Everybody knows where we need to go and where we are today and what we need to do to get there. You know, we celebrate the wins, we learn from the loss, you know, and this full transparency is something that I haven't seen in many places, right?
Actually, I left a job one day because of that. It was a very well-paid job. I left it without even having an option on the table. I just couldn't stand the environment anymore. I just felt that I'm not the good fit for the job, and I walked away.
Yeah. And you know, to your question early on about how it has magnitude that, you know, that had the reputation of the big global networks is capable of attracting top talents, it's for that reason. It's for what we offer.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, as we mentioned, a lot of people are not happy in their job, and giving them an environment where there's flexibility, where there is the capacity to grow, where there's a lot of autonomy, where you're given very specific objective, whether they're personal objective and, you know, or business objective, because we want people to grow as individuals as much as we want them to grow the agency's business. And you'd be amazed at the reaction you have, you know, and we have no problem hiring top talent from any other agencies in the region, because I think people want more than what they're actually getting from where they are right now.
Yeah. What's the next big thing for Magnitude?
That's a good question.
Riyadh.
What?
Riyadh.
Riyadh.
Saudi market.
Yeah, so Riyadh, we opened Riyadh.
Yeah.
So yeah, growing geographically. We have opened Cairo last year. We're opening Riyadh this year. We're starting Riyadh with our influencer management capacity, and we're also starting a event capability over there.
That's a big market there.
Big market,
Yeah.
big market, but we're very eager to do something different out there. Bring our culture and our way of doing things in Saudi. At the same time, we've started a full AI training for the entire agency, right? So, and it's mandatory, and it's for 100% of the employees.
Oh, wow, okay.
Right? Everyone.
Regardless of their...
regardless of whether you work in finance or you work as a creative, strategist, production, you're a director, it will eventually impact everyone, right? And our belief is AI is not a tool, right? AI is a form of intelligence that you have to become, we call it AI literacy.
Yeah.
And that's what we are teaching everyone, is to be, you know, this AI literacy and being able to use that to become, more efficient in the work you do, but also understand the potential of what AI can actually do for everyone's different task, right? Whether it is, you know, an HR person or creative, it will be very different. But understanding the AI intelligence and the literacy and how to really use AI as its best potential is what we are doing. So it's a 4 months classes.
Wow.
It's every Friday for an hour and a half for 4 months. We have somebody amazing called Olivier Girard, who's based in London, who's one of the greatest mentors, to be honest, in the world of AI, and who's giving us those classes. And we are actually going to now offer those services to our clients, but also we are thinking about, you know, twofour54 to do a bit of a AI masterclass to give them a bit of a sense, what is it that we are applying to ourselves, and we would like to also offer those services to any other businesses in Abu Dhabi, to be honest.
We'll accept that offer with pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do it.
We have an overdue conversation to have on that one. Yeah, I know. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. And looking forward to seeing the Content Masters program happening. I think it's in September.
I think it's going to be in actually November, I think.
November? Yeah. So we're going to do good outreach for this so that we help you guys with bringing candidates. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Kamel, and let's keep in touch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.